Laurie Dietz, the Executive Director for the Carrington Chamber, joins us right now here on YourLiveEvent.com on the Carrington Cardinals Community Chatter program brought to you by the Carrington Chamber and CVB. Thanks, Laurie, for checking in. And we visit with Laurie once a week here on the Chatter program as she lets us know what's all happening around Carrington. So thanks, Laurie, for joining us here. And yeah, it's, we had a cold spell there for a little bit, but now it looks like after a little bit below zero overnight, it looks like maybe some 20s and 30s for highs in January. Wow.
Yeah, we can't complain about that. If we can if we could only get rid of the wind,
Yeah.
I think we're going to get some wind with it. But people say, well, you can't complain. That's bringing the warm air. So, all righty then.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least we don't have below zero and wind. That's the worst.
That's
So,
really bad. Yep. Yep. That's for
yep.
sure.
So it should be good to be out and about this weekend. And over at the Central City, or excuse me, the Youth Center Theater, the movie playing this weekend is Homestead. And that looks really good. That'll play Friday to Monday at 7 p.m. over there. And then this Saturday, January 25th, Cows and Coal Creamery is open from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So head out there and get yourself stocked up on some good goodies for the freezer or for your refrigerator. And they're serving up some really, really delicious lunch items there. And also on Saturday, the 25th at 7 p.m. is Jackpot Bowling over at Central City Lanes. And they hold this the last Saturday of each month. So you can win some prizes and some cash, and it's kind of fun. You don't have to be, a league bowler. It's open for everybody. So that's just a way to have some fun over at the bowling alley. And then on Sunday, the 26th, the Knights of Columbus is having their free throw contest for the youth. And the registration's at 1 p.m. with a 1:30 start time. Call Greg Grand. No, don't call Greg Grands. Call Greg Endress for more information or to sign up. His number is 652-5032, and that's Greg Endress, 652-5032 for the youth free throw contest. And then February 3rd, of course, we're having a blood drive at Trinity Lutheran Church. And the blood drive people will be there from 1:15 to 6 p.m. And you can contact Vitalant if you haven't been contacted by a volunteer to schedule your appointment. You can call 877-258-4825. Or if you see a flyer around town, you can just quick snap that QR code and sign up that way too. So, but I know they are calling. They need to find 58 donors. So if you're thinking about donating blood, this would be a good time to donate. Of course, they always need the blood, but it seems like they really want to make sure that their blood drives are successful. Thinking ahead to Super Bowl Sunday, February 9th. Seems like it gets later every year, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. Mm-hmm.
And we don't know who's playing yet.
No, there's 4 teams left or down to 4 teams now.
Four
So,
teams. Okay.
yep. Mm-hmm.
You can tell I'm not a big football buff. But Headlocks is having a Super Bowl party, and that's on Sunday, February 9th. I think they're having a dart tournament, and there'll be more info to come on that. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on around the town. I was at a very interesting meeting last night over at the hospital. It was the community health assessment. They had done a survey, and then they had people come together and talk about what were the results of that survey and where would our action plans be going. And of course, some of the topics that we talked about were cyberbullying, mental health, housing. Housing has gotten to be a really hot topic around here because we have such a shortage of housing. And we've just completed a housing study, and we'll be talking a lot about that. You'll probably read more in the paper or hear us on online talking about what we can do in the future for Carrington for housing and make it easier to. It's a vicious cycle. You want to bring people into town, you want to bring businesses going, and then you have no place for them to live. So that's a big problem we'll probably be hearing a lot about in 2025. So as far as mental health goes, I think one of the things we visited about last night was that that we are very lucky to have a great number of mental health professionals in our community, and some people weren't aware of that. And so I think maybe we need to do, and I can sure help with that, and speaking on the radio with you or on your live event and talk about who are the mental health resources here in our community and how do you get a hold of them and stuff. So watch for more information on that and some hot topics for the new year.
Yep. Okay. Sounds great. Well, thanks so much, Laurie. We appreciate the update. And I thought there for a second I had another duty with the basketball thing. I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Well, you could go over there if you want to.
Yeah.
No, that's they've done that, I think, for years. The Knights of Columbus and Greg Endres, and I think it's well attended. It's a really fun thing for the youth. I think they go from, is it 9-year-olds up to I forget the age groups, but yeah, pretty fun event. It happens every year. So alrighty, well, give us a
Okay.
call, 652-2524, or shoot an email to chambergal@dactel.com, or stop by and visit us at 871 Main Street.
Okay. Good deal. Well, thanks, Laurie. We appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day and weekend, and we'll check in again next week, Thursday.
Sounds great. Bye-bye.
Yep. See ya.
Discover the charm of Carrington, where community and character come together. Our vibrant community is full of welcoming smiles and unique experiences, from delicious dining and one-of-a-kind shops to lively events and beautiful parks. Join us in celebrating the best of Carrington, where every visit feels like coming home. Come visit the Carrington Chamber and CVB office to learn more about our wonderful town and its amazing businesses. Explore Carrington today and experience the warmth of our community. Hey sports fans, tune in to yourliveevent.com for all the action-packed Carrington Cardinal games, streaming live and free. Catch every thrilling moment with our live coverage. Listen to the play-by-play and watch the games unfold right on your screen. Plus, if you missed any of the excitement, don't worry. You can catch up on all previous games at yourliveevent.com. Check out the full schedule and never miss a moment of your favorite local Carrington games. Stay tuned and let's go Cardinals!
Right now, we're glad to be joined by Heather Carr, and Heather is the president of our local Carrington Lions chapter here. So thanks, Heather, for joining us. And we check in with Heather once a month. Let us know what's all happening with the Carrington Lions Club. Of course, Lions always busy, lots of stuff going on, and we want to talk. January now, so we got to talk about December stuff. You had Santa Days to talk about first up, right?
Yeah, we had another successful Santa Days. We host that at the Carrington Youth Center. We have Santa come in and we hand out treat bags for the kids and an opportunity for all those parents to take photos with Santa for the kids. This year we handed out, I know it was over 80. I want to say 82, 86, something like that, treat bags for the kids. I think we prepared for 100. They did change up the time a little bit this year. I think in the past it's been 1 to 3-ish. This year we went with an 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. shift, hopefully helping some of those kids that nap, avoid some of the time there for when the kids are napping, the ones that want to see Santas. But it was another successful day. That was on December 14th at the youth center. So yeah, it was another successful event. And this year, Kim Montgomery and Mary Struxness were in charge of the Santa Days. So they did a great job, and I think everybody was really happy, and I already got them booked for next year. So Santa's coming back.
Yeah, that's good. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's something that you do pretty every year, like every December, correct?
Yeah. It's been popular, and the kids love it. And I think the parents, it's nice to have something local where they can visit Santa. I know they had some other options this year to see Santa, so maybe that was why some of the numbers were down. I know some other locations had Santa, so they maybe had an opportunity to go see him already, maybe at Cows and Company, or I think New Rockford, some other places had Santa. But yeah, it's nice that we've got a local person that can come and so for the kids. So, yep.
Okay, good deal. And you want to recap the holiday parade that was held, that was early December, right?
Yeah, we did the holiday parade. It was during Christmas around town, and we decorated a little float and a ATV, and we handed out movie passes for the Carrington Youth Center. and threw out some candy and some stuff for the kids. So I think we handed out 75 movie passes or bags of stuff, or little Ziploc bags with the movie passes and candy in them. And that was a hit, and a great turnout on Main Street this year for that. I think the weather cooperated for the most part, and some good entries in that parade. It was fun. Kim Edlund and I and Julie Newman participated in that this year. And Julie wore the lion costume and rode in the back. And Kim and I were in the Ranger then, or the Gator, and threw stuff out the window. So yeah, it was a fun night, another successful event, and everybody was happy. I think for the most part, we upped our numbers. Last year, I think we handed out 50. This year, we upped it to 75, and it was about perfect. We maybe can even up it a little bit for next year. But yeah, another successful Lions event, and the holiday parade was, it was fun. We had a fun evening. So yeah.
Okay, good deal. And you want to talk about some funding as well, right?
Yeah, we had a funding request from Dollars for Scholars. So we participated in, we did do a check presentation for the $500 to Joan Copenhaver. So she accepted that on behalf of Dollars for Scholars. I believe Brenda Larson, Lion Brenda, presented that check. So yeah, we were happy to support that. That's a request we get every year. So we're happy to help the kids. And along with that, we participate with that one. But then the Lions does their own scholarships too. They have 2 $1,000 scholarships, and those will be given out at the honors night in April. I believe it's April 22nd this year. So we'll have 2 $1,000 scholarships to give away again. So the board approved that. So in addition to the Dollars for Scholars ones, we have a couple of our own. So if there's any kids that are seniors and going off to school, make sure you check with the counselor at the school there. I think they have all the applications, and they'll score them anonymously and then award those in April. So yeah, it was it's nice to see we have the money. Everybody's generous when it comes to supporting Lions, and we can give back for things like that back to the kids. So yeah.
Okay, and you have a blood drive coming up soon?
Yeah, I'm hoping to. We in the past we've had a blood drive in April, and hoping we can have that again. We need to, of course, check with Trinity Lutheran Church is who lets us host. So we'll ask their permission again if we can get somebody to take the lead on the blood drive. With Vitalent, we do it with them every year, and they're great to work with. And so yeah, I'm hoping if we can just watch for that, if we can find once we know the date, and we'll definitely visit more on that at one of our other visits. And but that's something to watch for that we have coming up on our calendar. And then it's going back to the funding. We did have that haunted house. It was in the end of October for 2 weekends. We helped a crew. We worked that alongside some other really talented people that worked the inside of that fallout shelter they call the haunted house, I believe is the official name. And we kind of managed the money for them, or take the money in and help pay the bills and determine where that money, the leftover money. Of course, the one night it went to Shauna Barone, the night of her benefit. Anything that was brought in that night went back to her from the haunted house. But the other nights, then we took those funds. We save a little for the next year to kind of start them out in case they have some expenses for the haunted house. And then this year we decided on 5 different places for $500 each. And those checks will need to be presented yet officially, but the board did determine $500 for the Carrington Youth Center, $500 for, I believe it's Hometown Heroes. It used to be Shop with a Cop, but I think they call it Hometown Heroes now, where the kids get to go for supper and go shopping with the police and the sheriff. And I think the ambulance and fire got involved this year. So we're going to do $500 to that organization. And then Daily Bread and the Backpack are each getting $500. So we'll be getting a hold of somebody there for a check presentation, or a couple checks there. And then TheraBarn. I don't know if you're familiar with Holly English and the operation she has out at her place. She has a business called TheraBarn, and it's where kids can go and spend time with animals, and it's therapeutic, and they can do all sorts of things. And Holly was one of our speakers one month, and we learned a little bit more about what she does out there, and we were impressed and happy to support. So the last $500 is going to go to Holly English with TheraBarn. So she takes kids, even if they can't afford it, they're covering the cost, and we want to be able to help with that and say, hopefully more kids can attend and participate and get to see the horses, the goats, all the animals that she has. It's a really cool operation that she has out there at the farm, and we wanted to support that. So those 5 places are getting $500 here. I know Brenda Larson, the treasurer, was working on checks and is going to be getting a hold of people to do those check presentations. So yeah, that was a success, another successful event. Hopefully we can do that again and help them next year and in October. And we were happy to participate. So yeah, it was great.
All right. Awesome. Winter time right now, but hey, we got to look forward to golf. That's coming up this summer, right? Or this spring?
Yeah, that is our biggest fundraiser that we do. It's where we get a lot of our money when we have our annual golf tournaments every year in June. And this year is June 6th. It's a Friday. Hopefully the weather cooperates. This in 2024, it had to be rescheduled due to weather. I think the course was really wet, our initial date, but it was rescheduled and it worked out great. And it was a successful tournament. Maybe lost a couple teams with rescheduling, but we also gained a couple teams with the different date too. So it was another successful event. And so that's where a lot of our money comes from that we're able to give back to the community is. So if there's any golfers out there, Carla Michelson will be taking registrations for that, and we'll have information out shortly on the golf tournament. So yeah, Friday, June 4th is the golf tournament. But yeah, let's see, what else do we have coming up? We talked about Santa Days. One of our other big fundraisers, and I think we maybe have talked about this in the past, but I didn't necessarily have numbers in front of me, was that recycling of the cans at the police station parking lot. And so I have just a kind of a 2024 recap. From recycling those cans, it brought in $1,917 for our club. So it all adds up. And we have some kind of totals from 2012 to 2024. It has brought in over $18,000 for our club. So a big shout out to the crew that takes care of that trailer, sorts that and deals with that. And then it is put into a large roll off and hauled off. So yeah, it doesn't seem like a lot when those checks come in, little by little, but it does add up and it creates a nice little chunk of money for the Lions. So if there's people that have aluminum cans, we'd love to take them in that trailer or get a hold of us. If you can't haul them, we can get a Lions member to come and pick them up from you, from your restaurant, your business, whatever it is. We'd gladly take them and recycle those. It's definitely a good little extra bump in our checkbook for us so we can give back. So yeah, just some recap on some kind of a year-end total there. And I think the only other thing I wanted to just give Dan and Joyce Wick, I wanted to give them a shout out. Dan does help with those cans. He's a very active member. They were just awarded a Melvin Jones Award, him and his wife Joyce, at the last meeting. So I want to say congrats to them. And then welcome, we had 5 new members inducted at our last meeting and have another one that needs to be inducted since then. So we have 6 new members just since we spoke. So nice. If anybody's interested, we'd love to have you. We meet the first Wednesday of the month out at the golf club. So if you're interested, get a hold of me. I can tell you more about Lions, but we're always looking for new members and new service projects too. If there's something out there that somebody needs help with, or we can even maybe partner with another organization on a project. We have some stuff coming up that still in the works, but so I don't want to say too much, but maybe with the all school reunion coming up this summer in July, that maybe we're going to get involved in. I don't know if we're going to be able to tackle it all by ourselves, but maybe you got something planned for Sunday. We'll see. Got to bring that up at the next meeting. But yeah, lots of stuff going on. Lots of great things happening with Lions. So do you have any questions for me, Greg?
Nope, that was it. Thank you so much. We appreciate it and everything. Do you have anything else at all to add or?
I don't think so. I think we covered everything. The stuff we've been working on, the funding, projects coming up. So yeah, just watch for the blood drive, the golf tournament, all of our service projects. And if you have a chance to, even if you're not a Lions member and you want to come as a guest, no commitment, you can come to a meeting as a guest and just see what it's about and decide from there. So no high pressure sales from us. So anybody's welcome. If you want to attend a meeting, give us a call.
Okay, good deal. Well, thanks, Heather. We appreciate it and enjoy the rest of your day here. And then we'll check in again next month, which will be February. So
yeah, sounds good.
okay.
Thanks, Greg.
Yep, you bet. We'll see you.
Bye-bye.